Hi, welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. Come do a quick harvest with me today. Hi everybody, I am outside and I am going to do a really quick harvest today. And of course, I'm bringing you with me. We are going to start over here on the patio and we are going to harvest these beautiful beans. Look at that. Look at that. These are called Royal Burgundy bush beans and they turn green when you cook them. But they're just beautiful beans. And we're going to harvest them today, along with a few other things. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I have the beans growing in my Vego garden raised bed. I have 2 squares with about 9 plants in 2 squares. So I use the square foot garden method when I planted these beans. I will finish harvesting them and I'll show you everything I got harvested. All right, I'm finished picking. And again, y'all, there are only 18 plants in there and these have just started coming in. So there's my little bean harvest. And typically when I am cooking beans, I mix whatever I got. Whether we got wax beans, green beans, burgundy beans, it doesn't matter. I usually just mix them all together. But this year, Mom has asked to keep them separated so we can find out which of these beans we really like most. Hadn't planned on growing any of these, but since I did, let's see if we can get a big enough harvest that we can save or enjoy, so we can taste the difference in these beans versus some of the others. Now let's move over and harvest something else. And I believe that something else is going to be cucumbers. But let's go over there next. I am now over to where my pole beans are. So we'll be picking the beans off of this area here. And the little bees are working too. So let me be careful and not get in the way of the bees. Go ahead, Mr. Bee. Go on and get your work done. I'll work over here. These are Blue Lake pole beans that I'm breaking in the wrong places. Some pretty beans right there. It is so cool to get inside this trellis area to see all the beans. They just hanging down right here for me to get. Super easy. I love trellising beans. I wish I'd done this years ago. I've been trellising beans now for about 4 or 5 years. Once your pole beans start coming in, they typically don't stop as long as you keep them fertilized and watered. If they get thirsty, they will dry up on you, so just keep them watered and give them a liquid fertilizer every 10 to 14 days if it's not too hot and you remember to do so and you got fertilizer and all that kind of stuff. For your best production, that's what you need to do, but it's not a guarantee. You don't absolutely have to do that step when it comes to fertilizing, but it definitely will increase your yield in the garden. Well, let me keep picking and then I will show you all of the green beans when I get done. All right, there's the bean harvest. I did have a few rattlesnake beans and I found the ones that are in the sun have more striping on them. And then I have the regular green beans there. So I also picked all of my yellow wax beans, and they kind of filled my basket up, so I had to move some things around. But there are my green beans. Let's put the purple ones in the middle there. That'll be pretty. There are my 3 different types of beans. Well, 4 if you separate those, but green, purple, and yellow beans. Now we'll go pick something else. So we're working on cucumbers. Mom's working on the cucumbers over on that side over there. She's already picked a few in the basket here and 1 yellow squash. And I'm going to work on the cucumbers over here in this area. My second round of cucumbers are already growing at the bottom. That one's done. But the first round of cucumbers are still doing pretty good. And the bees love it over here. What's wrong?
Spider web.
You walked into a spider web?
Yeah, he got in the face, so there's no one through there. I missed it. I'm saying I got it.
So y'all, these are called slicing cucumbers. Are good for salads. Not so great though for pickling. This is I'll put the picture up to the side, and it has a very unique taste, but it's quite delicious. There's 3 of those right there. And then these are pickling cucumbers. And you call them pickling cucumbers because they kind of hold up really well when you pickle them. Small, sweet, and delicious. I believe this is my Japanese slicing cucumber right here. I think that's what that is. A tag?
I just said, I think that's my tag, but it.
Your tag, you ready to make you run?
What about him?
You can leave him. He's going to have some friends in a few days that I can't pick.
I left a green one over here, kind of on the
On this side? On the other side, yeah. What about this green? It's not going to make.
That's why I took that.
Because the bottom's all swiveled up. This happens for inconsistent watering. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it because he's not going to make it. I'm going to go ahead and work on peppers next. You want to work on that zucchini? It's over there on the ground. This is my sweet pepper GreenStalk, and it's doing really well. So we're going to harvest anything that's turning red on here. And I've also harvested a couple tomatoes. So let's get to working on that now. Ooh-wee, y'all, look at this one. Look at that. Boy, I can't even show you how pretty that is. Look at it. That's a pretty pepper right there. Look at that pepper right there. All right, let me keep going. So here is my harvest of some sweet peppers, regular size slicing tomatoes, as well as some cherry tomatoes. And some of these things are so pretty, so pretty, with the stripes and things of that nature in there. Over here, we have okra, cucumber, and hot peppers. So I put all of my jalapenos over here, Joe Parker or paprika. This right here I think is a Joe Parker, I think, and that's mildly spicy, y'all. That's not hot, but for my family it is. And then we got the beans right there. So here are all the weights of everything that we harvested today, and it was just a really quick walk in the garden and a really quick harvest, but we harvested a lot of food. And over the last couple of days I harvested a few things, and so I will put that up here as well so you can see what I've harvested. And y'all, that's it for today. Just a small harvest in the garden late August. Until next time, and I hope there will be a next time, that you hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner with me. Bye.